Right. You're completely locked in now?
Oh yeah? So
Yeah, it
you're
started yesterday.
so what does that mean?
We're allowed to go out for grocery shopping, basically.
Okay.
That's all. And if you're not going to grocery shopping, if the cops catch you, like, just wandering around, like, you'll get a fine.
Wow. That's
So,
that's extreme.
yeah.
I guess they were doing that in Italy too, right?
Yeah, so it's like this now for, it's been like this for the past week or 10 days.
Okay.
And we're gonna be like this for at least 2 weeks.
Wow. That's
So
wow. Do you have do you have any sort of services helping people get groceries who are, less mobile, or is that something that's being done?
yeah, I mean, yeah, they're like definitely in cities. It's gonna be like this, but I went back to my parents' small village just before the lockdown. Like I didn't know it would happen, but I was just there, and so I just decided not to go back to Paris. But I know that in cities this is happening.
Wow. I
But
can't believe that. That's crazy.
yeah,
So you just finished up work for the day, working from home, I assume?
yeah, it's really hard to get to start working, not going to the lab and working from home. And I never do this usually.
Yeah.
I always work in the lab, even when I'm working on my computer. So never from home. So it's pretty hard. I guess it's for at least the next month. I think we're not going to be allowed to go back to the lab. So
Yeah, you're gonna have to, I guess, teach yourself some new habits or something. I find I'm kind of the same way. It's hard to compartmentalize when I'm like at home. It's hard to just sit down and work.
yeah, I've been doing psycho stuff almost all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been like it started on Monday, and since Monday I've been reading one paper. That's basically what I've been doing.
Yeah, well,
And,
it's
and I'm
something.
doing lists of stuff and of stuff to do.
Hmm.
But otherwise, it's hard.
Damn. So how is you're finishing a PhD, or are you postdocing now?
So I graduated with my PhD like a year and a half ago.
Right.
And I stayed another year. So last year at the APS, I was like 6 months in my small postdoc in the lab to finish the PhD work, but it was still my PhD lab.
Okay.
And now I've started my real postdoc in Paris in December.
Cool.
And yeah, and things were going great. Like the new lab is really cool. And I was pretty happy starting a lot of stuff in the lab. And now, I mean, that it was like really like discovering the system. So I didn't have any data or anything. And so I was like really doing a lot of experiments. And now I'm just like, oh, I cannot do anything if I don't have if I'm not on the bench.
Yeah, I guess so, eh? Is the stuff you're working on now like kind of related to what you've done before? Or did you do that whole jumping to something almost completely different thing that people sometimes do?
No, so I kind of stayed in the same area because like what I think that it was already difficult for me. So I was really between biology and physics during my PhD, and I was like kind of developing new tools and stuff like this, and then it was like kind of it's hard to belong to both communities and to feel an expert in both fields. So I was like, I'm not going to venture and go into even a new field now. I have developed some skills during the PhD, and I have to capitalize on these skills.
Hmm.
So I stayed on a very like kind of so it's the same system. So I'm working on embryos like chicken embryos during the PhD now. I'm on quail embryos, but basically it's the same thing. It's just a different developmental stage.
Hmm.
And I'm just gonna do like new physics experiments on other other developmental stages.
Right. Different.
Otherwise, I have got like a oriented system, I already know the literature. It's yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to sort of stay in your lane there, especially when you're developing new stuff.
Yeah.
Um, cool. So yeah, I guess you're just setting stuff up and didn't really get a chance to start anything super in depth. But where in Paris? Which school are you with?
So it's the Pasteur Institute.
Okay.
So it's really like specialized in terms of infectious diseases and so now it's really hardcore for the coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
Part of it like is working full time on it because it's kind of like one institute, for instance, like really specialized in viruses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why they ask us to stop going to us who are not working on viruses. We're not allowed to go on campus anymore to save resources and stuff for people working on virus.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm guessing now it's basically all shut down. Like if you're effectively under house arrest, then
yeah, basically. That's so people like working in hospitals, people, researchers working on viruses, and I don't know, where people working in grocery shopping and stuff like this are have like kind of a paperwork from their job, like saying like you're allowed to go to work, but all the other people they don't have this, and we're just not allowed to be in the street.
Wow. Have any big plans for keeping yourself busy? Sounds like you have a good amount of paper to read, but you gonna try to take some time off or do something?
Yeah, I think I've got also my PhD papers that are not out, so I have all these to work on.
Mm.
It's a lot of work to over for me, and also I don't know. I'm looking for ideas.
Yeah.
I'm for now maybe I need to concentrate on this because for now I've been doing many other stuff like psychom stuff, and I don't know. I think I'll run out of ideas pretty soon. Just the PhD papers, like it's enough for a month of work, so
yeah, fair enough.
just work on this is gonna be enough.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar boat. I'm trying to finish up the PhD, so I have a bunch of sort of half done, 3/4 done manuscripts. Probably just push them all out.
Yeah, that's a good time for writing.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm also going to just try to take time off. See if I can make this like a little Christmas vacation or something.
Yeah. But when do you expect to ready?
Hopefully by September. I'm hoping to get everything done throughout the summer.
Yeah.
I have like one more project I'd like to get sort of wrapped up and finished. The one I was actually going to talk about at APS. I was playing with helices, little elastic helices recently. Twisting them, stretching them, seeing when they flip over, and basically when does your slinky get all messed up?
Okay.
So I was working with an undergrad. He was doing his thesis, and we were kind of looking for a low-hanging fruit kind of project to apply these springs to. So hopefully I'll find something that we can sort of polish off in the next couple months, but otherwise I think I'm more or less done.
But it was like mostly experimental?
Yeah. Again, it's one of those situations where we have access to these like really thin elastic fibers, like a really nice method for making these things, and we stumbled upon a method for making these really nice coils out of these fibers. We still don't totally know how it happens. Like we start with these fibers and we just stretch them and hold them for a little bit and then bring them back, and there's just these perfect micro coils that come out of it.
Yeah. Without twisting.
Without twisting, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess it must be some sort of like, we're kind of guessing there's like molecular stratification or something going on, so that when you do plastically deform it, one section of it stretches more than the other side and permanently stays or something. but without doing like really close microscopy or something like that, or scattering or something. I don't know if we're going to find out.
What's the size of the fiber?
The thickness is about 10 microns or so, and the total length is on the order of millimeters.
Okay. And what's the matter of the?
Yeah, so the trade name is elastolan, but it's sort of a generic elastomer. We don't know exactly what the molecular structure is. It's like patented and secret or something like that. But I get the sense that it's kind of like glassy regions and melt regions. I think it has the ability to flow. It definitely doesn't form a glass.
Okay.
Yeah. It can withstand quite a bit of strain though before plastically deforming. You can usually get to about 100% and it'll come back more or less to its original shape. Weird material. I haven't seen anything really like it. But yeah, we start with little pellets of it, heat it up, stick a pipette into it, and then just yank, and you get these really nice fibers.
Okay. And can you remind me what you presented already, like the advanced last year? It was like in this case it was in some poster, right?
Yeah, so last year it was sort of the same idea, but instead of an intrinsically coiled fiber, we just had a straight one. And so we could bring the ends in, and it would, Euler buckle normally, or we could twist the ends and bring it in and see where it sort of hockles.
Yeah, where is some pipe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very experimental.
Yeah. So definitely inspired by that work to see kind of what you could do with the coils. There is some amount of research on that. Most of it is DNA based, helix based. But yeah, I don't know. Now I'm kind of thinking I might just want to put it in a fluid and rotate it and see what happens, like a flagella or something.
Can you repeat that?
I'm kind of thinking I might want to just stick it in a fluid now and rotate it like a flagella, see what happens.
Okay. What do you expect? What would happen? What do you think?
Depending on which direction you spin it, I would imagine it could like elongate, change its shape to some extent, but I think there's got to be like a stable regime and then like probably an unstable one where it could start like flapping and waving around. I think that's also something that's seen with little bacteria that have flagella like that. I think they do that kind of instability thing to like change directions, like with their run and tumble type met. But yeah, I have no exact hypothesis. I'm just kind of curious to see what I can do when I play with it.
Maybe some kind of thing you could give to a student while you're finishing up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super attached to doing it all myself at this point. I'm kind of satisfied to watch it happen.
Yeah.
So, are you doing any new SciComm stuff? You're still soft bites guy for the most part, but any new projects?
Yeah, I'm trying to revive a little bit. So there was an initiative to try to put together a website for all the bytes. And so we already had the domain, which is called sciencebytes.org, I think. And this just never went further than this. And so we just need to make a landing page with all the byte sites and say, so maybe we can, in this way, kind of have a donation page and then try to, find a way to have something just a non-profit that would be housing getting all the donations from so bytes can get donations or stuff like this, or try to just make something easier for everybody. Each byte site is too small, and we have this big science bytes website where we can just and make also just more visibility for everybody.
That's a great idea.
And so I tried to revive this idea because recently I talked about a friend, like 6 months in the past. Talked with a French friend who was really interested. She wanted to do something similar to the bites, and I told her about it, and she was like, "Oh, that's super cool." So I didn't know it existed and stuff, and so maybe I want to do the same thing in a French website and start with French translations of any bites. And so,
Oh, is this the paper mache?
yeah, that's the papier-mâché.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
And papier-mâché means like chewed paper basically. So if you know.
Right. Sort of a bites.
So the logo is not out yet, but it's like a chewing gum pack. And but instead of going out instead of being a gum that is going up the chewing gum thing, it's a real paper with a graph on it.
Oh, I like that.
So because the thing we couldn't use the bites thing because it doesn't really work in French. Bite is like cookie, and then there was like we tried many things, but then we moved to another image, and that image works pretty well in French.
Okay.
And so, but this is all the fields together. So that's pretty, I think, ambitious because for us, finding in stuff like finding a reviewer, it's not too difficult because we know that it's going to be subject matter related and kind of everybody is able to review everything. Like now, papier-mâché is out, people are super interested, but we have people asking, "Oh, I'd like to write a paper about this," and we have no idea what it is. Like nobody in the team have no idea. So we need to find some reviewers, but then the reviewers never wrote a paper before, so we don't know if they're going to really understand what's the format of the thing. It's really ambitious. So I think that's why we're starting by doing translations. I think that's the best. And my role in this is just like really helping them, like really telling them everything that happens happened for us at some bites and stuff like this, and tell them to help them grow the website. And my idea was like, this is really cool to have like one big website for everything, for the whole concept. That is the same concept for all the bites. So we definitely should have the same website in English. And just this website to be a landing page. It doesn't need to be more, but just so we have like this thing to visualize, like to create some visibility for all the bite sites. So.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And so who are you? Is there like a large group of people that you're working with on this kind of thing, or?
For the moment, we have just a Slack for all the bites.
All the bites people, okay.
It was kind of active in the past, but it's not active anymore. So I'm just trying to tell people like at some point we had some meetings on Skype and like 2 years ago, I think. But now it's really difficult to get people like nobody's active on Slack anymore. So I did just, but we're not far. We have the domain. I made a logo last night. I have that. We can just do like if there were 1 or 2 people, we can just do the website and then we go to it. And but that was my a small thing on the side because my big project, second project that is taking much more of my time is to launch Communicator France.
Okay.
And that's that's a lot of work. I organized political science and basic science in the past, and I know that organizing physical events is something different.
Yeah.
And I never organized a conference before, and so finding amphitheaters and stuff like this is. Yeah, it's not the same thing. You need to have security, you need to have you need to have catering, you need to have sponsors.
Do you have any contacts of people who have done this before? You can get advice from, or?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like we have kind of a team, but the thing is that I started everything when I was still in the U.S. like last summer,
Right.
and I left the U.S. at full, around full, and so we all started the thing like from like Skype meetings and stuff like this, and it's thing maybe works for writing a blog, but I don't think it works for something more ambitious like that requires more work. I mean, we have also to set up a nonprofit for this because, like, we've been discussing with the universities to host us and stuff, or to receive some donations, just like, not money, but like even just food or stuff like this.
Yeah.
This you have to make paperwork for that, and so you need to have a real thing, like a nonprofit something. You cannot do it with just a person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that requires much more work than I thought. I mean, I knew it would require work, but I felt that I had like 10 or 15 people interested to help me. So I felt that with this team it would be okay, but just it doesn't work if you don't have like physical meetings or at least like a core of people like that is really driving the process.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, and so we were supposed to start the thing by June, to have our first edition by June. But so obviously with coronavirus, everything is postponed, but it's a good thing because we would not have been able to do it by June.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would have guessed it would be a lot of work, but I wouldn't have guessed it would be that much work to put on a conference. Yeah. I guess it makes sense though.
I think it's okay. It's just like for kind of science or taste of science, it was a lot of work, but people we just needed like to have these 2 or 3 meetings that like frequent on a regular basis. That was really like keeping people on board.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I couldn't have because I was away, and we were never. And I met for the first time with some people like in January, and so I don't think it's that much work. It's just like he ended up being like mostly me doing kind of everything, and that's on top of the rest is like too much. So.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be okay. It's just like now I'm just in the like it's just like very very slow.
Right.
So we have a venue now. I'm working on the website. I need to finish the website. And then we have a program like everything that we want to do with the topics and exactly everything is ready.
Mm-hmm.
For that. But then we need to have the website and start like inviting people.
I see. Okay. So you do have the presenters and the guests and
so we have the ideas, like we know what we want to do and we know who we want to invite and the backups there if they can't be there. But we didn't send the invitation yet because we couldn't confirm the venue and stuff like this because of the coronavirus and stuff. So.
Yeah, hard to get somebody to confirm if you don't have an exact date.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is that we knew like in the past weeks that things would get postponed and yeah.
Yeah. Are you familiar with? I think it's something might have started in Paris or France. Like it's a researchers' night type thing. I think that might be the translation. Researchers' night.
Researcher what?
I think it's called Researchers' Night, or it might be
Oh yeah. Maybe. Yeah. There are several things.
Okay.
But maybe the things I'm talking about are related and happen at the same time. There's one called Fête de la Science, which is like a feast of science. I don't know, like something like this. there's like in English, there's no really good translation of it. Like could be party, could be feast, it could be like it's never exactly the exact same thing in French. And I think it's during this that so basically like universities are open and to larger audience and I think there's this night where at this moment but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was helping out with we had one in McMaster. The woman who was organizing it, I guess, has connections with the French consulate and stuff, so it's sort of a collaboration between this long-standing French event.
Yeah.
I think she said she took the name Researchers' Night because it was a very close approximation to the translation for it. But yeah, I was just curious if you had heard about this one and how that one
I
goes.
think that's one of the big ones, that are really like um, driven by the universities themselves. It's a big like science communication led by institutions in France.
Okay.
So these ones are really like it's running every year. It's been years, and so they are actually like people working on it, like not on a volunteering basis, but really like so their organization. I guess like I think what's cool in France is that you've got a lot of institutional support for this kind of stuff compared to the US, where I think in the US you've got a lot of different things, but it's all volunteer and it's all scattered with people. They have like a lot of ideas. They're super happy about it, but like you see that they don't get a lot of supports from. I mean, sometimes the universities themselves support them, but it stays at the local level. And you see that Pint of Science in Europe became like huge. So it's a non-profit with able to pay some people because like it became like I've been running Taste of Science, which is the equivalent in Boston for 4 years, and every time we're like struggling to get like 25 or 30 people at our events. Well, in France, but it's the same thing in Europe. Like everything is sold out like 2 months before, and even in very small cities where with 40,000 people, you've got an event. So maybe you got like 2,000 different events in France, while we have like 10 cities in the US. And I think it grows by like a super big support from institutions like CNRS and stuff like this. And so that's the cool thing is that we have like.
Yeah, it seems like a completely different culture almost. From what it sounds like, Europe, it's very easy to like people are just really excited to go to these things. Like it's never hard to find people to attend. But I guess, yeah. Do you think it's just because everybody's so spread out in North America? Do you think it's like hard to get people to work together because of the distancing, or?
I don't know. I feel that like people are doing it, or even like super enthusiastic about it. Like I think that if the Taste of Science events have been organizing, this would have happened in France. Like the team would have like stopped doing it because they would have been depressed. Well, I think in the US they are always happy and they say like, "Oh, that was cool!" Like, and they're like a lot of very scattered initiatives that like people don't mind if it's not getting big. It's like it's there's this thing of being the local thing. Well, I think like because France is smaller and having more centralized organization, like very quickly you get support from the state. Because for this kind of thing, you don't need a lot of money. Like having support of the state for just having a bit of commercials, like professional pastors in universities and stuff like this, and it's a few thousand of euros, and then it makes a big difference because it goes on the news very easily and stuff like this. well, I think like in the US, you've got this thing where like everything happens at the local level.
Yeah. I guess maybe going forward, I should look to try to, instead of do things myself, find things to jump onto to help build those. You know what I mean? Instead of being super ambitious to do a 30-person event, try to make other ones bigger.
Really felt when I attended the Copenhagen. It was in 2017, and that's why I started Self-Bites, because I was like, yeah, let's don't try to reinvent the wheel. There's something already going on in other fields, and you just like copy paste this. But also like joining something that we have exist is very useful. I know in Canada, for French-speaking Canada, there's like a lot of psychon-supported organizations like the ACFAS. It's like basically they are the world leader in French-speaking science communication. It's so like everything like they have an annual conference for French for science communication in French, and they're really the world leader.
That's crazy that can be in my country and you never really hear about it. I stumbled upon this.
That's from the French-speaking class, and so I did my theory and a PhD in French, and this competition basically had been started in Canada.
Oh wow!
It's the class was really running the thing. Then France and Belgium and Switzerland all joined the thing. So now it's like basically the four major countries are even like Morocco as well. So there's 5 major countries, French-speaking countries, who are leading the thing, and now it became a big thing. But for sure Canada was the first one to just the thing.
So maybe I should be trying to mine ideas out of Quebec and bringing them to Ontario. That seems like it would be a very low barrier to entry thing to do. I remember I stumbled upon this, I guess it was like a government briefing document that was just in the McMaster Library from, I think it was like 1978. And it was a meeting of Canadian Science Group, the government agency. And the whole meeting was how to engage people more in science, which was kind of interesting because obviously no internet. They didn't talk about internet at all. They talked about radio ads and things.
Yeah.
But they had this big section about how Quebec doesn't need any help. They're doing amazing. Maybe we can try to model ourselves off of them in some way. Like they have this really robust culture around this already. And
it's been there for a long time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe the access is a cool thing. I don't know when this started.
They certainly have magazines like at the grocery store that we don't have that are just science and life news kind of stuff.
It started in 1923.
Oh man, I wish they had like all of that stuff from 1923 onwards.
Yeah. And they're okay. Yeah, it seems that they're really engaged for a long time.
Yeah, I guess I have a lot to learn from Quebec. I'm trying to brush up on French and learn some French. I feel like that's a really good career move for me.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
something
I told Nathan from Constantine and Astralites. So when I wanted to start Constantine in France, I was like thinking that also for next editions, like if we grow and have something bigger and can have like French-speaking people not only from France but like from other neighboring countries. I wanted to do something about like language, because we in university we work in English, and so we have, when we do science communication first, it's slightly different because we have also all this translation thing. Like when you hear researchers on French radio, like usually it's so boring because it's all the time they use like English derived ways of talking. They like sometimes they use the English word, which is annoying because like then like people really don't understand because you have to translate, and so sometimes they don't even realize they're using English words. But also like they use like English ways of putting a sentence, like something like this thing dependent, like for example like this is a Ph.D. dependent.
Yeah.
This is something English that doesn't exist in French. We would say in French that it depends on PH, but we wouldn't. And this is, for example, something that really now like everybody. It's a way of people, researchers are talking in French. They would say like it's PH dependent, like literally. In a French way, but like the same structure. And so people are like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like it's not French what they say. And so that's also one thing that we have to think about like when we do science communication, is that like the researchers are not used anymore to talk good French when they talk about their work. And so that's something I wanted to have like this kind of thing about the about the language barrier, which works in many ways, like not the expected ways of like when it's not your own language, but also like when it's your own language, how do you
bringing it back. That's interesting. You always hear like, oh, don't use scientific jargon. Try to avoid that as much as possible. I never really thought about that phrasing is also kind of almost like jargon-specific phrasing. That's weird.
Yeah. And so that's what I felt also, because so at Comsicum we have this pop talk where you have to go on stage and for one minute present your work in a very easy way for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying also there's this thing at first, like we used to work in English, but when you're not a speaker, like it's not your native, when you're not a native speaker, it's another layer of stress to go on stage because like you're used to talking in conferences. You prepare. I mean, even though like you're living in a English-speaking country, you know how to improvise stuff. But when you go on stage, like for everybody, it's a bit of stress. So if you have your text ready, it's okay. But when you have to improvise and it's not your language, and you have like 1 minute and not using any jargon and stuff, like it's and Nathan told me that he didn't realize that this would be like super stressful for people like if you're not a native speaker.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
And for me, I remember that I did like it was terrible what I did, but I knew it. I knew before I was going to start the programming because I knew that like I would be looking for my works and that would be hard, but like.
Yeah, and your English is fantastic. It's like...
but like I still make a lot of mistakes often, and so if you put me on stage and you tell me like, just don't think about it and just like deliver speech without like any jargon, just sounds good. Like,
yeah.
It's hard.
Huh. Well, cool. Well, maybe I should let you go. I should probably head out and take the dog out and stuff. Do you mind if I use this stuff for, I don't know, podcast material or anything you don't want me to use, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it's okay. I wanted to ask you before about the podcast thing. but like that's fine because I know that I didn't ask my current PI how he feels about this. I know I asked my previous ones, but in the end I didn't tell him anything about my work, my current work. So I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we kind of stayed on the SciComm stuff, which
yeah,
if that's like front of our brains, which I guess it is, then I don't know. I think that'll be interesting for people.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll chop it up a little bit or post it as is or whatever, if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that.
All right, awesome. Yeah, if you ever want any help with the SoftBite stuff, I have more free time popping up. I don't know what I could do to help, but if you can think of anything that would be worth offloading, just let me know. I'm around.
Yeah, the thing is that I know that so Colin is stepping down. He's happy to sometimes review something or write something, but he's stepping down. And I think we just need more fresh blood, and so I've been receiving a bit, but like I don't know. For now, I've not been working too much on this because I'm doing all the rest. But I think once we have the science bites site and stuff like this, and we have machine learning and stuff like this, I'll try to do to give some talks. I think with Becky and Ashley and also with them more about talking about the peer-reviewed concept, peer-reviewed science communication concept. And maybe I will try to reboost a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think it would be useful having just like short 5 or 10 minute like Skype chats with the authors? Like just have somebody ask them a few questions, throw it on like a YouTube channel?
Yeah. I mean, like anything. I'm happy with that. New avenues for
Okay. Well, maybe if I have spare time, I'll just approach people who are writing and see if they want to chat.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you just like think of like, so what I'm gonna do also is during the lockdown, I'm gonna try to write. I don't know if you saw that in Slack. I'm gonna try to write a paper, post about science history and philosophy of science. This is a book I'm reading. It's on Chalmers' book. It's really good, and it's kind of an introduction to the philosophy of science. So.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Actually, I was thinking of picking up that book. I read Thomas Kuhn in undergrad.
Yeah, so he's talking about Kuhn's thing. So it's an introduction. He's giving really like a kind of a broad picture of like going from Popper to Kuhn's to and now I am. What's the last one? Yeah, I don't remember. But like, but that's really good. So I was thinking that maybe like meanwhile when we don't have a lot of authors and stuff like this, if we want to write like we have there's Danny who wrote something about the solution, the virtualization of the APS. So we can do this kind of post. It's not too much time. Just like try to steal video and stuff like that.
Yeah, keep people watching Soft Bites. Make sure they're tuning in still.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I mean, I look forward to reading that. Maybe I'll pick up Chalmers sooner than later. Seems like I have some time.
There are many editions though. Be sure to take the last one, the 4th edition.
Okay.
Like you wrote the first edition in the 70s, and you added a lot of stuff.
Right. Oh, cool. Well, thanks for chatting. It was really nice talking to you. Good luck with the lockdown, and don't go too stir crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny. It's a crazy experience.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night.
Yeah. Bye. See you.